What is up, you guys? I got a new hairdo, changing it up. Wanted to hop on here yesterday, but the day was just too crazy. So, yeah, it was just too crazy yesterday between work, and I was just catching up with all the watchmen and women that I follow on YouTube, and man, everybody is just talking about how unsettled we feel. Just talking about all of the things that are just lining up, and I just wanted to talk. I know Chelsea Bedell, she, my sister here, she made a video yesterday, just, talking about the urgency, and just how we're just feeling unsettled. And I know she mentioned me seeing, like 9/11, and I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. So I have always been someone, God is always speaking to me through numbers. And since I can remember, he's been showing me the number 9/11. It has gone in and out with its frequency. It hasn't been something that I see all the time, but there's been moments in my life where it picks up in frequency and then it drops down and it picks up. And just in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's really, really amped up where it's just, I see the number and it's just like, I wasn't looking for it. That's typically how I know when God's speaking to me is, I'll just be going about my day, and then all of a sudden I'll just naturally just look at a clock, or I'll look down at a receipt or something very, very random, and it'll be that repeating number that he's trying to show me. And 9/11 and 444 have literally been like nonstop what I am seeing and receiving. And, I wanted to make this video and post it yesterday with it being September 11th. Something in me was just like, let the day just kind of pass, see what happens. Because I don't want to get everybody, hyped up where they feel like we're waiting for something to happen for a specific day, I guess, where we're like expecting, the rapture to happen on XYZ day. That's why I don't personally set dates on this channel. Like I've said before, I feel the season is upon us, and I feel like we should be expectantly waiting for that and watching for all the signs that are popping up left and right, and allow that to excite you, because if you see these things happening, the rapture is even closer. So I want to leave it at that. I don't want to ever be like, oh, such and such is going to happen on this day. Like, I don't want to do that to you guys, because I don't want you feeling hopeless or to get so excited and then feel let down. Because what Jesus has in store for us is never something that we should feel depleted about. It's something that we should always just be harboring that excitement. And so I didn't want to post it yesterday with expectations that something was going to happen, but my spirit, I'm telling you, I was in some conversations through text with my sister in Christ, Chelsea, and then also Michelle, who I haven't really talked about much on here, but she is someone that I just recently met, and she's so incredible. She just started a YouTube channel, actually. So I actually posted her on my community wall, one of her dreams that she had, and she's so awesome. And we were actually in a conversation too, talking about 9/11 and how just like her grandma was feeling super, uneasy about it, or she just felt like something was going to happen. And like, I did too. I still do. And then now that 9/11 is past us and behind us, we obviously know that it wasn't the rapture, but we do know, with certainty now, that God is trying to get our attention and warn us that something is coming. And there's so much happening within this next week. The peace deal. We have the United Arab Emirates and Israel Netanyahu is coming, and he's coming to Washington to be with Trump and to sign this stuff. And apparently there's like a asteroid the size of 2 football fields coming by Earth in the 20th, somewhere in there. Israel is completely going on the second lockdown, which is literally the only nation in this world that has gone on a second national lockdown, which of all the nations in this world that God created, what is the coincidence that it is Israel? So, and it's literally supposed to happen on the day of Feast of Trumpets, so September 18th, and run through the whole feast, all of it. So it's going to last for about a month or so. I'm just in shock by that. I just find it so incredible, actually, to just see how God is working and how it all is just coming together, because you sometimes wonder, like, how is that going to happen? How is God going to make that work? Like, what is that going to look like? And like, all of a sudden it happens and you're just like, oh, okay. So, I just feel like I need to express that he's been showing me 9/11 nonstop. He's been showing it to me just with looking at the clock and it's randomly 9/11, or I'll look over and I'll like text somebody and it will be 9/11, or it's just like, or we'll get in a conversation about it and it's just like, and it wasn't even something we were originally going to talk about, and it's just an unsettling feeling. And Barry Scarborough made a video yesterday that literally hit it home for so many of us, that we are just feeling unsettled. We're not feeling anxious. We're not feeling anxious because then that basically is speaking, because anxiety comes from worry and thinking too far in the future, and depression comes from when you think too far into the past. So we want to stay and occupy and redeem in the time and the moments that God's giving us here and now. But if you have the Holy Spirit dwelling in you, you feel just a sense of unsettlingness. And, I was talking with my fiance the other day about this whole NFL thing. And like, I am such a football lover. I have always loved football. It literally is one of my favorite things about the fall season, just those cold nights and kind of having the door open, and just, you got that warm chili in the crock pot, you got the football going, you got the fall candles burning. It's like, it's just part of the element of fall. And it's just such a community event, but it's totally taken a left-hand turn this year. And it's just kind of a bummer. It was on the other night. I came home, it's about halftime, I think, and it was just not the same. And I just felt like the whole entire time it was just them just pushing their agenda, this BLM, better together, we're all in this, takes all of us type mottos. And it's like, I don't want to hear that every single game. Okay, like, we get it, you're supporters of it, cool, but we don't need it blasted at us every single game of the NFL season. So I hope that that's not the case. So whatever y'all want to say in the comments, I really, if you guys want to argue with me, whatever, it's just my opinion. I'm really bummed out about it, to be honest, but I really feel like God is taking away things that people are idolizing and bringing them back to him as the sole thing that they rely upon for everything. And that's the way that it should be. Like, we need to occupy and redeem, but at the same time, if you're idolizing celebrities, sports, money, relationships, whatever it may be, if you're idolizing those things, the Lord will take them away, because they are not something you should be focused and idolizing on, if that makes sense. So I just want to scream without screaming that 9/11 is speaking loudly to a lot of people. I know a lot of watchmen and women have received confirmations with just random spots where 9/11 kind of popped into the play. And I think and assume, and believe, not assume, I believe now that we're talking about a warning This is, sorry, someone just pulled in here and this is like really weird. They're just like looking at each other really funky, but whatever. So I really believe that this is a warning. Okay. So stay encouraged. The last couple days I've just been feeling like, just, you try to keep your brain wrapped around, all that's happening, and it's sometimes overwhelming, and sometimes I just have to disconnect for a couple of days just to kind of unplug, get my head right, make sure everything is just flowing correctly, because sometimes I just feel like blah, because there's just so much being thrown at us on a continual basis that you're just like, okay, what am I even supposed to talk about? So like, that's why I always try to pray before I hop on here, just to make sure that I keep my thoughts focused, that the Holy Spirit helps to keep any distractions away, allows me to speak what I need to speak about. And so, I have a grocery delivery, and they're texting me right now telling me that they're replacing something. I just popped up on my screen. So I should probably end this video, but I just thought it was important that I share that with you, that I have been seeing that stuff, and it's just, I think, a warning sign for believers, just to remind us that time is so short, and that we need to be occupying, redeeming, and spreading the good news as much as possible, within, like how urgent things are. I mean, I'm talking like, I really feel that the rapture is this year. Y'all should go watch Robert Breaker's newest video. He like, I mean, I feel like I've kind of touched on some of this stuff, but he just laid it in on all the things that are going on in 2020. It's a phenomenal video. So definitely go check him out. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. It's rainy and gross here, and, probably gonna be a low-key day. I'm not sure, but anyways, I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye.